So hi everybody, welcome to stages 4 and 5 of the fire truck. Now I did film this and unfortunately I forgot to turn the microphone on, so the whole video came out muted. So what I've done is, rather than go over and put voiceover, I do like to talk as I'm working on the part. So I've taken everything apart and I've redone it. Now that means that there are a couple of bits that I can't redo. There's this piece here which was glued in, and then in step 5 there's two pieces that are pushed together and they go together so tight I cannot pull them apart. So I'm afraid that this is pretty much a redo. However, there's a couple of bits that are different, so I do apologise, but let's crack on and move forwards. So making sure I press the unmute button. So in this issue we have got, sorry, let me just get my instructions ready. So this is the front bumper, air horn, speaker and seat, and we have got this beautiful front bumper. And I've deliberately put my thumb there because it's going to hide a part. It looks a bit weird because you've got these metal rods, shaped metal rods, which are attached. You've then got the speaker, which is this piece here. Now there is some beautiful detail in there, and then one of the stages is to glue this speaker in place. As I said, because I forgot to hit the unmute button, unfortunately I've had to refilm, and as you can imagine I can't remove that. There is also an air horn, which is this piece here. And there is the seat, which is this piece here, and then there's a seat support, which is this black piece here, ABS plastic, and then you have the LED, which is this piece, which we won't actually be using in this particular stage, but we will do in the next stage. So the first thing we need to do is we need to fit the air horn, and there's a recessed hole in the bumper there, and all we do is we just pop that into there, and that goes in there quite nicely. Now, although I was able to remove it easily, it does stay there, and under normal wear and tear that will not fall out. And then the next step, as I mentioned before, you need to just glue that speaker onto there, and that's obviously where the noise for the siren would come out in real life. It's not going to on this model. So then the next step, we need to take the seat supports and the seat. Now you need to apply some glue and then just glue these together, and it does say avoid the two rectangular tabs. Can you see the two rectangular tabs poking through there? And that's what you get. And again, I'm just like I did on the video that I didn't use because I forgot to hit the mute button. I'm just going to sit there for a minute and admire this, because this is absolutely wonderful. Even right down to, it says fire on the side there, which I assume that's the manufacturer of the seat. This obviously being a seat designed for a fireman or fire engine, and it's obviously designed in such a way that when you're wearing all this fire gear, you know, you've got this little bit at the back there, you're probably wearing an oxygen tank or something, but you know, an ordinary seat, if you're sitting there wearing fire protective gear, an ordinary seat won't cut it. So this is obviously a specially designed seat, and it just looks absolutely amazing. So it's a shame we couldn't make this. Again with this, I'm a little bit disappointed that we couldn't make this. Some of these parts have come to us pre-assembled, but then again that's a discussion for another day, where how far do you ask us to make the bits, and then in doing so you make it too hard for the casual modeler. So yeah, that's fine. So you will be required to stick this piece of ABS on the bottom, and I assume that that's going to be some kind of screw post, so that when you put that in you then screw it. And that is it for the step 5, stage 5, and that is what you end up with, and that's all looking very, very nice. And then on to step 5. Sorry, I get my step and stages muddled up. Stage 5, we have quite a lot going on. We have a cab roof, we have a condenser grill, which is square plastic. We have condenser grill frame and condenser grill. We have a condenser. We have got right, this is antenna part A and B, which you will be asked to put these two together, but this is two separate pieces and they fit together so well that that isn't ever coming apart. Whoops, I did not mean to drop that. We have a roof component. Now again, I can't tell these two apart on the instructions, because they're both put like this. But what I can tell you is these pegs are in different positions, so you cannot put them in the wrong way round, and you cannot put them in the wrong position, because a lot of these have one peg larger than the other, so you can't even orientate the part incorrectly. So we have another roof component here, and that's it. So I say that's it, it's quite a lot. So step 1 and 2, or stage 1 and 2, is to put the antenna together, and then that's going to go into the roof part. Now the magazine orientation, you need the roof orientated so that this is obviously ladder number 9. Now the problem with a 9 is it's one of the few letters that when you turn it upside down it becomes something completely different, so you need to orientate it so that it looks like a 6. And then what we're going to do is pop this antenna into that hole there, and nice and simple, in it goes. And already just for one piece it's added so much more interest to that roof. So the next step, we want to take our condenser grill frame, and we want to pop it onto the condenser, and you'll see that there's 2 holes there, and then 2 pegs, and in it goes, nice and firm. And then we need to take our grill, and that needs to go into there. Now it does tell us to glue this in, but as you see there, look, it's such a good fit under normal wear and tear that I don't think this is coming out. Remember guys, this is not a toy, it's a display piece that you can play with, more than a toy that you play with. Under wear and tear, under normal wear and tear, I really don't think that's, if I was building a toy for a 4-year-old, I would certainly glue that in so that it never fell out. So once you've got that in place, where the 6 is, down near the bottom you see there's a large hole there, and we want to be going either side of the hole. Sorry, I tell a lie, we want these 2 holes next to, see you've got 3 holes there, just inside you've got 2 there, and you can see that these 2 holes there are off position and one is larger than the other. So turning it over, I can see I've got my pegs incorrectly lined. There's the large one, there's the small one, so I will change it, and that does not feel right. Why did that go in fine last time and not this time? Okay, there we go. So because I've got them lined up in completely the wrong hole. No, I haven't. No, sorry, my bad guys. It's actually further up. I've got this hole correct, it's this one that's wrong. So that was actually, I had it right the first time. So another easy way right, so keep having a feel, and then it's going to go in, and I know I've got it correct because I've got this little gap there, although there is a little gap on this side. So again, more interest been added to the roof, looking rather nice. So the next step is to take these white pieces. Now below the 6, slightly to the right, we've got 2 holes there, and now we want one of these, and I can see I've got the wrong one. This one, it looks like a bit of a pyramid. We want to line the large hole and the small hole, and then that's just going to go into there. Nice and simple. A slight bit more pop to the roof. Now we want the LED from the previous issue, and that's going to be thread through this hole there. And I didn't unravel these wires because it's pretty obvious from what we've got so far that's not going to get plugged into anything. You'll see that this LED is built onto a framework, and that's just going to push into there like so, and then I would leave that like that. If you want to test the wire, you can. I personally am not going to, because although I can use a lot of common sense, I don't know the exact voltages for that LED, so I don't know if I'll do more damage than good. And then lastly, we've got 2 more pieces. So now that we've got a few pieces on, rather than identifying where the holes are in relation to the 6 or the 9, I can look at the pieces in relation to, sorry guys, this little grill has just fallen out, and that was not doing that last time I did filming. So whether that's because, yeah, that's not coming out anymore. But if you do find that falling out, just pop a tiny bit of super glue, 1 little dab in 2 or 4 of the corners, and that'll be fine. Right, so this last white piece, I'm going to be fitting it in relation to pieces now. So above this black piece, just to the right of this, the antenna, and get the orientation of the pegs the right way round, and that's going in like that. And then this little silver piece, which doesn't matter which way round it goes, because we can assume that because the pegs are the same size. And that is issue 6 complete. Sorry, issue 5 complete. And that is starting to look something now, and I'm really pleased with this. So let's bring all the pieces in. So although we are starting to get a load of pieces, you can see obviously what's going to happen is at some point in time we're going to keep assembling pieces, and then they're all going to come together, and that's obviously the easiest way to build this. Remember that I could sit here quite critical and say, I'm not happy with the way this is built, why can't we do it in this order? And the simple answer to that is generally because I don't know what the finished product's going to be like. So yeah, I'm really happy with these pieces. Nice little collection coming together. I did notice one thing, and I want to put this on camera. You see that I've got the operation of this door, this window. That's absolutely fine, and I'm really happy with this. Now this door, I don't know if it's me, but it just doesn't work anymore. I did identify that there was a slight issue with it. It kept running off the rails, and because I've had to glue this panel in, I can't go back and fix it. So there we go, and I've tried to wind this, and the cog just doesn't, because it's plastic, it doesn't want to know. So my window for that one is stuck. It's not a big issue for me because these windows are designed to be wound up and down. what I will actually do is when I finish the model, I will have all the windows set at different angles. So this one I might have fully up, and then another window I will have fully wound down. You see this one is partially wound, and then that way when people look at the model, because the windows are all set at different angles, they then know that you can wind them, so they don't need to get the fingers in and oh, it doesn't work. So that's the only problem I've got there. I suppose I'm well within my rights to send this part back and say no, it doesn't work, I want a replacement, but I think for how it's broke, how it's wrong, it's just not worth it. So I'm still happy with that. Right guys, so that is it. Next issue is going to sound, next video is going to sound wonderful, in that I'm going to be doing 3 issues. I'm going to be doing stage 6, assembling the platform and rear axle, and stage 7 is a left hand side storage compartment, and as a bonus issue stage 8, which is a handy screw identifier. Nothing amazing there. Right guys, so you guys take care, and I will catch you in a future video. Thank you very much for watching as always.